Ми продовжуємо.
We continue our working day, and the last briefing is delivered by a presidential administration spokesman on ATO-related issues, Andriy Lysenko. Good afternoon, dear colleagues. We start our briefing with good news. Despite some activity in the ATO area, no Ukrainian serviceman was killed or injured during the last 24 hours. In Lugansk area, there were no military actions, and in Donetsk area, in Svetlodarska Bulge to the south of Troitsk and Lugansk, there were some low-intensity military actions. The enemy used small arms, and twice enemy snipers were active. And the biggest number of shellings by the enemy was observed to the east of Novgorodsk. 14 times the militants started fire at our positions. And they didn't use heavy weapons in this area. In the suburbs of Gorlovka, near Mayorsk, there was a battle, and under cover of 82mm mortars, the militants tried to attack our positions, but due to the response, they were forced to retreat. Near Donetsk airport, the activity of the enemy decreased, but at the same time, there's still minor violations of the ceasefire. The militants use small arms, grenade launchers. Sometimes snipers are active there. Mariupolsk area, near Marienka, yesterday evening there was a military action, and our servicemen demonstrated that they are organized in their defense, and there were some losses among militants, and they were forced to retreat. And the enemy used small arms and also delivered some mortar shells. And also in Shirokina, the militants used grenade launchers several times. And an air drone was observed above Mariupol yesterday. And main forces of the militants left Kominternovo village, and also military equipment left this village. This happens following SMM-OEC visit and due to the efforts of Ukrainian diplomacy. According to the operative information, a small number of militants is still in the village. They are hiding in the homes of the residents. So the situation is under full control of ATO forces, who take good positions, and they have strength and means to counteract any enemy provocations. And in Alenivka village to the south of Donetsk, the occupied territory, the leaders of DPR organized so-called anti-Ukrainian meeting. Participants of the meeting, among which were women and children, were brought from Donetsk in 5 buses, and then they were brought to the line of contact. And this is not the first time when the militants create a fake picture for enemy propaganda, forcing people to say lie about ATO forces and the Ukrainian power and SMM-OEC. And in any case, if something bad happens, some provocations, all responsibility lie on the occupants. SBU blocked 2 attempts of bringing money and food to the occupied territory. The law enforcement bodies detained an automobile, the driver of which planned to deliver 300,000 hryvnias to the militants. and near Novaya village in Luganshina, the law enforcers detained a freight of food that was illegal. And also Ukrainian army continued training, and in Lvivshina, a brigade that took part in ATO operations undergoes training, and also other land troops are involved in this training. And in the training center of the National Guards of Ukraine, technical medicine training were conducted. The main goal of this training is first aid in the military actions according to the NATO standard. After the courses and after exams, the participants of these courses, they obtain certificates, and now they can provide training for young servicemen who will come to this training center. To Novotroitska and Zaitseva checkpoints, 13 trucks with humanitarian aid passed, and this freight is for the residents of Donetsk area. These are 100 tons of food products, and also some 88 tons of fuel packets, and also some stationery from the Red Cross. And good news, Arest Petrician's instructor of the National Guard has returned home. And he was captured on the 17th of February, and he was in captivity near Debaltseva for 8 months, and now he was able to return home after the treatment he obtained in Lviv military hospital. Do you have some questions or comments? If there's no questions or comments, thank you, Andriy. Thank you, everyone. We and the press conference and our working day, and the schedule will be on